Good evening and welcome to our August release number 20 live giveaway. Right now it's only me here, hoping to get some support here shortly. But if y'all tuning in and want to leave me a comment, please do it. I've got one. Hey Joseph, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Hope everyone had a good holiday weekend. Celebration of the end of the long hot summer, hopefully, and some good fishing coming up. We had one morning here so far in Charleston that actually you could sort of feel that cool fall air, kind of hint of fall coming. But I think it's going to be 95 by Thursday, so Indian summer or whatever. I don't know. It's hot everywhere. We just had a guest here from Minnesota, and she just flew back to Minneapolis. It's like 93 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Like, what's going on? It's crazy. Anyway, I don't know. It's nuts. But yeah, so we're going to do our giveaway. We've got some really big news coming up this month. I'm not going to give it away. Here's Adam. Hey, Adam.
Hey, sorry I'm a little late.
That's okay. No worries. I'm just talking about the end of summer, and hopefully it's going to get fall in the air, but 95 by Thursday, I think, right? So it's not yet.
Yeah, a little slower here in Charleston.
Yeah,
We're getting there
it's
for
everywhere,
sure.
though. Right. So Adam is a new boat owner. Have you been enjoying it? Have
Yes.
you had it out? Nice. Going
Just
well
the
so
one
far?
so far. Yeah, so far so good. I had a boat as as growing up in high school, so it's that I primarily my parents kind of got because I was really into, so I mostly operated. So I'm comfortable with the in the water stuff, but we never trailered before, so trolling
Right.
motor and the trailering are new areas, but
Yeah.
pick it up, get the hang of it for sure.
Yeah. We got to get you hooked up on the foot control.
Yeah, yeah. So I
You
hear they.
know, funny story. I was at Charleston Marine, which is like the only like official Minn Kota rep in Charleston, and I asked the manager there, Brian. I said, how many people buy these foot controls?" He said, "2 people, you and Ralph." We're the only people that have ever bought a foot control, which is like crazy. I mean, it's like every bass boat's got one, but I guess maybe we'll start a trend. We'll get Adam doing it, and then everyone will follow.
Yeah, well,
Seriously though, it's once you learn how to use one, you'll never go back. It's a total game changer.
yeah. Okay, good to know.
Yeah,
Definitely keep an open mind.
yeah. So we're gonna keep this short and sweet because Clemson game
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
So
Is that at 8 against Duke,
it's
right?
at 8 against Duke. Yeah, so season opener.
Okay,
Clemson
well,
has a lot of my money. My wife got her doctorate there, and my son got his engineering degree there. So
okay,
got to
yeah,
support. Of course, we're also Carolina fans, so my other son went there. We're one of the rare people
yeah.
who follow both.
That's not really acceptable, even
I
here.
know it's a little frowned upon, but I don't care. So one thing I wanted to let's see if I have it up. I think I have it up. I don't have it up. We're at under 250 trout to get to 10,000.
Oh,
Isn't that
really? Wow,
crazy? Isn't that insane?
that's awesome.
Like, I wonder when it'll be. I think what's your wager? So I'm thinking it's going to be like mid-October.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good over under for sure.
Yeah, because they're going to pick up. We'll get maybe 100 something this month, and yeah, mid-October. That's my guess. 10-15.
Yeah,
Count
I'd
on
say.
it. That's really cool though. That's something we need to celebrate because I mean, damn, that's a huge number.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, um, two announcements, I guess, sort of announcements. So, end of September, is a sheep's head tournament putting on by one of our sponsors, Brownwater Banter down in Biloxi, Mississippi. And Don Ballius is going to be there with a booth. He's our Mississippi State rep. So if you're in that area and you're maybe doing the tournament, I think he's going to try to work with them to get some kind of a release category for sheep's head. And if you do, make sure you stop by and talk to Don. He's going to have a bunch of free decals, some brochures, information, and he's just a cool guy to talk to. So you should go say hi to Don. Great guy. And shout out to our sponsors there, Brownwater Banter. Those guys are great. Jared and Joey, I think their names are. Do a lot for that area, and their podcast is pretty cool. It's a pretty high end podcast and they do mostly local stuff. But I was on it one time a long time ago. It was cool. The other one is our new state rep in Alabama, Patrick Garmison. I think we've talked about it before, but he had a giant sheep's head tournament called the Convent Classic, and it had a release over 20 category that had I think it was close to 200 sheep's head released, and we didn't have permissions. We didn't have ourselves organized to get those into our database, but he's doing one for flounder, and I don't know if it's September or October. It's coming up, and he's already got a release over 20 category for flounder, which is super cool. On a related note, he does his tournament through Fishing Chaos, which is one of those online apps that does tournaments. And we have our tech guy, I guess our website guy, Michael Collier, is going to be working with the people behind the scenes at Fishing Chaos to try to get organized so that we can get that stuff in our database, which will be great. And then also once they figure that out going forward, we think it'll be as simple as if you have an account on Fishing Chaos, you can just check a box on your profile that says all of my over 20s for this list of species, please also send a copy to Release Over 20 automatically. And that's really going to help the entries because so many people follow Release Over 20. They don't necessarily enter in our database, unfortunately, but this is one way to sort of start collecting those. So.
And we are taking we are behind the scenes trying to take initiatives on the tech side so that we can integrate tournaments like that with our database. So yeah, we're not there yet, but it is hopefully something we can do at some point soon.
Right. And of course, it's a little bit on the back burner due to resources and funding, but we're still trying to get the mobile app interface that's a lot simpler to enter fish, because I think just it takes people too long to enter a bunch of fish in our website, and we acknowledge that and we're trying to do something about it. So that's all coming up. I think that's all good. You got anything else before we go to the monthly results here, Adam?
I don't know if you already mentioned it, and I honestly don't know a ton about it, but did you talk about the Texas? Aren't they changing the trout regulations or something there?
Yeah, I didn't talk about that yet. Yeah, so if you're, real briefly, so was it 2 winters ago? There was a big freeze in Texas, killed lots of fish, a lot of trout included. And one thing that they know you should do and will really help is in the intercoastal waterway there, or the channel, the shipping channel, is to stop all ships, because the fish go there for thermal refuge in that situation. But did they stop the barges? No, they drove the barges through, which mixed the water up and still killed all the fish. So I guess, money trumps the resource as usual. But anyway, they had a huge kill. So their DNR, unlike our state, is very proactive and put in place restrictions. I don't know exactly what the numbers were, but it's basically a lot less creel and a lot smaller slot with an upper slot. However, they put a sunset clause on it, I guess, probably to make it a little bit more digestible to anglers so that they wouldn't mind, because they knew there was an end to it. And it was meant to sort of give them a few years to help the spawning. So fast forward to today, yeah, it had a great effect. Like the trout are surprisingly doing really well, and everything else. So September 1st, I think the regulations had their sunset, so it's back to what it was. And I guess so. There's a croaker season. You can fish with croakers, but only during a certain season, and that ends, I think, at the same time or something this for the year. So maybe it's end of September or something like that. If someone knows, you can correct me. But basically, the trout are still good because they're not going to be targeted by too many croaker fishermen until next spring when it opens again, and then it's going to be a slaughter fest. I think there's a lot of people though, like Chris Bush and Jay Watkins and Eric Gonsolin. A lot of conservation leaders there are calling for voluntarily keeping it what it was because it's the right thing to do, and it remains to be seen who cares, but I think you got to start, right? You got to give some people things to rally around, and I mean, it's like people like that people are influential and are influencers in the true sense of the word. Like they really are influencers. People, they're not trying to be, but people do listen and will do what they do. It's great that they're coming out and saying, this is what I'm doing. Like they're like, I'm a guide, but on my boat, I make the rules and no one's keeping any trout on my boat. I think that's cool as hell. They're certainly not suffering for business, but it sets the expectation to people, to even just the average angler out there, that it is important, and that's why you should do it, because hey, these people I look up to are doing it, and they're saying why. So yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, sounds good.
Playing out right in front of our eyes, like making history. I think it's cool. It's cool to see this whole movement, which we're part of, but we're certainly not the only one. But it's cool to see it becoming like a really like a groundswell among people. But anyway, yeah. Hold on a second. I'm getting a text here from here.
Yeah, it's.
Did you get a text from Kerry just now?
I did. Yeah,
Okay, do you mind sending him the link? Can you do that?
Sure.
Okay. Kerry's, yeah, he's been really busy. He's building the house, so we're trying to bug him too much, but we'll give him a pass for being late. Yeah, so that's going on, and I think that's about it for now. Like I said, I sort of teased Adam about that we have some big news coming up this month. We're not gonna.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna let it out yet, but
Okay.
we're working on it. It's going to be this month, but I was on vacation, and I don't know. No one wants to hear about how lame I am, so I apologize for that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I think Carrie will be on in a second, but I'm going to add the results here to our stream. And here are the results for August. So we had 79 trout entered, 7 flounder, and 7 sheepshead. It's kind of interesting. I think the last few months, like flounder and sheepshead have been like neck and neck, just kind of heading on. We recently had a new guide out of New Jersey, Scotty Sevens. You might follow him on Instagram. If you don't, you should give him a follow. He takes really good pictures, but he's a guide up there, and he catches tons of sheepshead and releases them. So I think we're going to start seeing New Jersey really, not only New Jersey as a state pop up, but we're going to see more sheepshead enter, which is cool. And hopefully more people will follow his lead and also get involved. He added his name to the Get On Board program too. so he can start tracking his client releases. So welcome aboard, Scotty. Glad to have you. Hope you're listening. So Stan Zimmerman was the number one release leader in the nation with 15 releases. And from there, it dropped down to 6. So good job, Stan, for sort of dunking on everybody.
Where's he from?
Stan. I have to look it up. Let me see if I can find it. He is from Virginia. Big surprise. Our trout anglers from Virginia are just always killing it.
I thought summer though it was a little slower there.
It is a little bit, but they can still catch them. I mean, the trout they're around. Yeah, but they will really fill in like in October, November, December.
Yeah, kind of interesting. It seems like July, August, not really great trout months, based on our entries. And I think that's probably right. Don't you think? I mean, in terms of like big trout.
Yeah, I think my own personal opinion, and I think it's backed by science, but the trout are feeding, I think, overnight, and then they just kind of lay low in the daytime. So unless you're like Medel Madrona out there at 2 a.m., you're probably not going to catch a ton of trout. Like when I was on vacation, yeah, bigger trout, but trout in general, I think. But like, for example, I was on vacation second half of August, and I would go out in the morning before dawn, and I'd catch them real good till the sun came over the trees, and it would just shut right off. I couldn't catch a trout during the day. No matter what I tried, I just think that they're finishing up that bite, So, hey, Carrie.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. We're running a little bit behind. I just got done playing golf, and then at 7:28, I saw that you guys were going to go at 7:30, and then couldn't find the link. So you know how my world is.
How'd you hit him?
Not very good. I played with an old friend that I haven't seen in a long time. He and I used to be very competitive in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We lived in Carlisle, and his daughter and our daughters were in volleyball together, and so we'd sneak off and go play 18 holes of golf while they were in tournaments, and that's how we got to know each other. But
that's cool.
Anyway, he was in town with his son, and it was good to see him.
Side note, you sort of brought up a memory. So my ex neighbor used to be self-employed like myself, but he was in commercial real estate, and he'd get paid like twice a year, a big chunk of money, when something closed. And we were golf buddies too. And if I wanted to win, all I had to do was bring up taxes.
Oh, really?
He would stiffen up and start getting mad, and his swing would go to hell.
Yeah. Well, Jeff's he's a beer drinker, so he beat me on the front nine, and we play $5, and $5 overall. Then we have this crazy bet called Stupid Ass Bet, and it's you can call birdie from the fairway on front twice and on the back twice. Costs you $1 to call it, but if you make birdie, it pays $5. So, and we just have crazy little games like that, and it always comes down to the last hole. And we're on the last hole, and I'm ahead. I've got him down by, I don't know, $7 or so. And he goes, "Okay, every dot is worth $10 now." So he beat me on that hole. So I ended up paying him $3 after all that said and done. But
it's funny how those little golf games usually end up almost a wash.
They really do.
End of the day.
Well, and the way he puts kind of like sideways, almost like side saddle or something. And right before he putts, he taps his left foot like 3 times real fast. And all I got to do is just bring that to his attention, and he starts missing putts. I'm like, I want to get you a little clown shoe, Jeff, so that you hit your little clown shoe 3 times before you putt, and then he can't think about anything except that shoe.
That's funny.
Yeah.
By the way, Kerry also got a new boat.
Yeah. How's it going?
I've got the trolling motor set to be done before Greg gets here.
Good.
So at least the guy says it will be. But anyway, if it's not, I think Adam might have a boat we can use.
Huh.
Right.
For a small fee.
Yeah.
So we have gotten a handful of new sponsors from iCast. We haven't announced yet, but we're hoping to soon, right? Kerry?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, right now, is Don on here too, or who else on
He's
here?
not.
Okay. So we're kind of in limbo between, two storage units in between, after the hurricane, after iCast, and it's just been kind of chaotic. I'm building a house and just have a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, everything is locked up and secure in my barn right now. And I kind of gave a little sneak preview of some of the sponsors that we brought on. We've got some Q8 Bait Company is
Well, I'm going to go ahead and.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who it is that makes the decking material. Do you all know who that is? It was a sample that somebody got, maybe Scotty or somebody, but
the Aqua Traction?
yeah, Aqua Traction. Oh. Okay. I don't know if we brought them on as a sponsor or just exactly what, but Fish Tips we obviously brought on, and they're a little bait company that make probably like crappie baits and catfish baits and that kind of thing. Chillin', this Arctic Ice, Pam and I both, we bought 2 of the bigger ones and absolutely love it. I put 2 of the big ones in my big cooler on the boat. We took the kids out yesterday morning, and I went today to clean the boat out so I could put the cover on it, and those things are still frozen. So they're really cool. It just keeps you from buying ice. I love that. And then you see the Q8 Super Bait down below. That's some shrimp. They've got some really cool looking baits. We also have the Knife Company. I can't read it from here, and I don't remember the name, but I'm excited. They've sent us probably about a half a dozen knives and a bunch of these gloves that are really cool. So at least for the flounder, that's the new ones on the flounder end. Michael, I got a 226 Cayman Robalo.
It's a pretty sweet rig.
Yeah, it's we actually fished with the kids out of it. I'm talking when I say kids, grandkids 5 and 7, and I just was throwing dead shrimp on a straight down for sheep's head, and they were having fun just trying to catch those sheep's head and then just throwing them out off the back. And what's really nice about that is you can throw those rods up in that upper on the hard top and don't even have to worry about them. Just look up every once in a while and catching croakers off of those and letting those kids reel on those croakers. And it was fun. A lot more room on there than what I thought for casting, but it'll take a little bit of getting used to, but I really like it.
Sweet. So this is the sheep's head.
Yeah, and again, that's the artist out of North Carolina, and I think that's his last print.
Florida, right?
He's out of Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, Tron.
Oh, Tron's out of Florida. I thought he was out of North Carolina. Okay.
Yeah, we're buds. We fished together a few times.
Okay. Well,
great
anyway,
guy.
That's Tron's last print. He's got some really great prints, and for anybody that doesn't know, Tron, he'll catch a fish, take a picture of it, let it go, and then he'll come back and he'll draw that picture. So the sheep's head that you're seeing right here is one that he actually caught, which is pretty cool. So that's a really nice little giveaway. Mm-hmm. Those things ought to be framed and hung up on the wall for sure.
For sure.
The trout giveaway. I put this together real quick, but here's another possible new supporter of ours. This is just a little bait box. It's kind of like the Z-Man. It's got the pouches in it, that kind of thing. It's a nice little handy thing. I threw a couple of the Slick Lure and some Slam series in there, and then the hat is
that's Hook, I think, isn't it?
It is hook. Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
swear they've got about 3 or 4 different hats in there, and every time I grab that one, it doesn't say hook on it. So, and it kind of reminds you like the shape of South Carolina or something too. So it always confuses me. But anyway, that's the trout giveaway.
Okay. And then the last one is
Captain's giveaway. This was here's that Alaskan series, Arctic Ice. This Alaskan series, they've got about 3 different series, I guess. One is for like keep drinks cold. One is for like keep sandwiches and stuff cold. But then there's one, and it might be this Arctic series. I'll have to look and see. But this one is super, super cold. So whatever chemicals they've got in there, this one right here, you don't want to put your cans of Coke on because it'll freeze your Coke in the cans, that kind of thing. And then, of course, we've got some mosquito repellent. Carolina Boat Wash sends us those. And, I think that's the last, David, I have of the MirrOlure products with this fat.
right. So, yeah, I have the giant box of them at the shop. And
then
we'll
the hat
have to
is,
inventory that. Yeah.
And then that hat is an Edge hat. So you guys are in. We have Edge rods gave us four rods, and they're really nice rods. Every time I move them, I just cringe because I'm afraid I'm going to snap 4 tips off when I close the door or something. But yeah, it's really, really generous of them. So anxious to get on board with those guys too. So.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. So pretty awesome giveaways. Thanks for putting those together.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this off. All right. So let's do the giveaway. Yeah. 7:57.
Yeah. What time's kickoff? 8?
8. Well, it's probably a little after 8.
All right. We got 3 minutes.
All right.
Who's
Sure.
playing? Who's playing tonight?
Clemson and Duke.
Okay.
All right. 1 second. Share screen. Touch screen. All right. Let's switch to. So the captain's giveaway will go first. We have 9 entries. Got Brad Smith, Evan Wheeler from Florida, Josh Sutton, Justin Carter from Charleston, Vinny Santulo, and Stephen Fluke. Love to see that participation.
Yeah.
7. Did I say 7?
Thought you said 9.
I thought you
Did I
said
say
9 also.
9. Thank you. I don't know. Okay. Third roll is going to be the winner. We got 9, 4, and the winner is 2, which is client Bradley Smith from Gunny Bee Outdoors. Captain Brad Smith. I'm sorry, the client name is Jackson Allen.
Great.
So congrats, Captain and client.
Where's he from?
I don't. Oh, that it was released in North Carolina, so I'm assuming it's in North Carolina.
Okay.
So next one will be Sheep's Head. We've got 7 Sheep's Head. Okay, third roll will be the winner. We got 7, 4, and the winner is 1. And that is Gerald Gutierrez from Virginia with a 24.5 Sheep's Head.
Right.
Nice.
He had
That's a
2
giant. All right, we got North Carolina and Virginia on the board. Okay, next we got Flounder. Got my boy Tanner on there. And look at this guy,
Oh,
David
look at
Flagg,
With a flounder.
with a 22. I got the biggest flounder, too.
that. Dude, you can't win.
No, if I win, I'll roll again. I'm ineligible. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to keep rolling this 3 more times. 1,
1.
second one, and the winner is 6. Thankfully, it's not me. It's Lane Bass from North Carolina with a 20-incher.
Wow.
Congrats, Lane. And then we have 70 trout to
Nice.
choose from.
Great.
Pretty good. 70. Okay. First roll, 19. Second roll, 28. Winner is 48, which is My man Ron Lenve from Jacksonville, North Carolina. He won recently. So
Wait,
boys and
48?
girls,
48?
48.
You highlighted 75.
48. You gotta look in this column.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind.
48.
Don't mind me.
Back to your corner, Adam.
But he is from Florida, not North
He's
Carolina.
from Jacksonville, Florida. We met him at ICAST. Great guy. He won recently, so that goes to show you, boys and girls, that if you keep entering fish, you might not only win once, but you might win more than once.
Right, karma.
So, Florida, North Carolina, and Virginia represented. So, congrats to all the winners. I'll hang up on this and send y'all an email, and we'll verify your addresses and send out your stuff. So that concludes our episode. Any final words?
He's really wanting to get to that game.
Hey, you tuned in late, so you missed all the hot banter. You have to watch it back to hear.
I will. Yeah, my game's Thursday. That's when the Chiefs open up the season. So,
Right.
All right. Well, have a good evening, David. Enjoy your game.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate you guys. We'll be in touch.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, see you.